Tom, very quick turnaround for us this week. Obviously, you said you didn't want to dwell on it too much after Wednesday's game. Is that the case? Has that been the case?
Well, you can't, can you? We didn't dwell on anything when we win games. You know, we had a quick turnaround after the Solihull game and put in another good performance against Morecambe. So, obviously, we want a reaction. You know, you look back at the game, we had a 13-minute madness spell. You know, and there's all sorts of reasons we can give, but we tend not to point fingers at individuals here. We try to look at the collective intentions from the beginning of the game are no different during the game and after the game. But sometimes choices made and decisions made by the individuals on the pitch don't go, you know, to that format. You know, we use the analogies a lot. Yeah, if you make one mistake, then don't make a second and a third and a fourth. Don't create that big snowball that you can't stop rolling down a hill. And, you know, we've said it loads of times, so I'm not going to keep repeating myself. We know the problems that we were caused on Wednesday, and we've worked as much as we can in the very short period we've had between then and us getting on the bus in a minute to go to Halifax.
Yeah, this one kind of came just as we were showing a bit more solidity at the back there, didn't it? So maybe throwing us off a bit, but how important is it for the lads to just remember that we were making improvements there? Yeah,
I mean, look, the same traits and habits that we showed on Saturday to secure a 1-0 win at home against a very good, strong Hartlepool side weren't the same for 13 minutes on Wednesday night against a very energetic and forward-fronted Yeovil side. So, you know, we've got to find the consistency. The vast majority of the players that played in the both games were the same people. There's only one or two changes, and then, you know, the group is what it is. We know what we're made of. We know what we're good at. We know what we've got to improve at. And every day we come in when we haven't got a match, we discuss, we talk, and we come up with solutions that we feel are the best thing for the next game. And that's what we'll continue to do. We've done it since we come in the club. And more often than not, we tend to find a reaction after a poor result, and we try to find a little bit of continuity if we get a good one.
I think it's fair to say we're still creating chances. We're still getting in those zones when we're attacking. I mean, the goals scored have dropped a little bit, but then that's saying something because we scored so much at the start of the season. But, you know, it's that maybe hopefully find the back of the net a bit more like we have been.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. And I've had a conversation with the group this morning, and it's okay pointing the finger at the goalkeeper and defenders because you're conceding goals, but we've gone into the box and got into dangerous areas in every single game we've played, probably a little less against Carlisle, but every other game, we should have scored multiple goals. So you very rarely get the finger pointed at strikers or attacking-minded players because they're there to miss chances. But when you make an error at the other end of the pitch, it's very easy to say, well, that's not good enough and that's rubbish. But, you know, we don't do that here. We don't pick on individuals. If people want to do that, that's their entitlements, their opinion. It won't be listened to by us. We know the vast majority of these lads are giving us what they've got. The vast majority of the time, it's good enough to win football matches or certainly be competitive in them. Like I said, we had a 13-minute spell the other day that I've got to quickly wipe from my mind. It's harder for me than anybody because I'm responsible for the team picked, the team changes and the team that finishes. But hand on my heart, you know, I trust the people that we've got here. I trust my staff, trust the players. And I trust that the vast majority of our fans watching us understand what we're trying to do.
And it's pretty much only a quarter of the way through the season, isn't it? So we've got loads of football to play. Can't make any assumptions yet, can you? There's lots to be played.
Look, people were high as a kite after the win on Saturday and low as a snake's belly after the game on Wednesday. I can't be like that. That's why I'm being like I am with you. You know, you've got to have a consistency as a manager. You've got to have a consistency with my ideas, my methods, our training. Everything that I give them is consistent. The age will be a big thing as to why we're a little inconsistent, but that's something that you can only get better if you through experience, and you get experience by making mistakes. That's a simple fact of life, certainly in football.
And obviously playing Halifax this weekend, one of the National League's tough sides. I mean, as they all are. But how are they going to hurt us this weekend?
Well, hopefully not too much. But you know, it's always a difficult place to go this year. They got good fan base. The manager likes to play football, and they just come off the back of a great result away from home in the midweek. So they'll have their tails up. We obviously, like I said, we've been bopped on the end of the nose. We've got to wipe the blood from our nose, get back in the ring and have another go. So, you know, we're all looking forward to it. I think as a player, when I played the game and you've suffered a reverse, you wanted to play as quickly as you can. Maybe it's not within 48 hours every time, but that's the way it is at the minute, and that's what we've got to get on with.